We all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A document to show if necessary, just the plans if someone wants to see it. But mostly, so I just want to kind of do a little brief overview for those who aren't necessarily familiar with the project. We basically would be installing new or replacing damaged sidewalks along College Street from the break time all the way to the intersection of College and Miami, and doing pedestrian signal improvements at the intersection of College and Miami, and then also adding new sidewalk from that intersection south to Verse Street, where right at the Housing Authority, there's an existing sidewalk there that kind of dead ends, and we'd be tying into that sidewalk. There would be also made an addition of a bus stop right at the intersection of the Verse and Miami intersection, where I believe there's a lot of children who are kind of congregating for school. So there'd be a located bus stop there, and then rectangular rapid flashing beacons if the city so chooses to proceed on with that addition at that kind of crosswalk as well, for the students to be able to cross back and forth on Miami there. So that's kind of the brief overview of the project. I didn't know if there's any kind of specific questions either from council or the public at this time that I could try to answer.
Are they also widening that intersection at all?
Yeah, so at the College and Miami intersection, primarily at that southwest corner, there's that one signal pole that evidently keeps getting hit by tractor trailers. That radius is getting pulled back some closer to the car wash. So there's be a bigger radius for trucks to turn there, and then that signal pole gets moved. I forget the exact distance, but a couple feet further away from the curb, so there'd be less collisions there with the trucks. So yeah, that's the only pole that is actually getting moved. The other signal poles at that intersection will all be remain as is. They'll have a couple pedestrian improvements there. I mean, mostly the push buttons and the PED signals that you see on those lights. Some of them are kind of pointed the wrong direction, or the signal where you actually push the button is on like the wrong side of the pole compared to where the sidewalk's at. So there's some minor kind of pedestrian improvements at that intersection, as well as the one pole that gets moved.
I have a couple of questions. The new push button cross, I mean, will it be modern, that says things like wait, like for deaf people?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll be, I think they're audio and visual, so they talk to you, wait, or obviously is flashing at you. And I think the buttons I believe it's Braille on them as well, for those who need that. So we're not personally doing the traffic signal design. We have a sub-consultant, EFK Moen out of St. Louis, who does that design. And then their plans haven't been finalized yet. Those come in the next stage. But yeah, everything will be brought up to current standards at that intersection.
My other two questions, I'll just ask them at the same time. I'd like to get your idea of what the timeline is on this. And also, so the sidewalk will go all the way through break time to 65 Highway. Is that
Not
correct?
all the way to 65 Highway. Our sidewalk ends at the break times parking lot.
Okay.
And I believe there's actually a sidewalk beyond that to 65 Highway today.
Oh, there
So
is.
we're essentially filling in the gap of sidewalk. Is that right, JD? I believe there's sidewalk to
Yeah,
65.
the gap kind of exists between where that newer sidewalk that the city poured back in 20 or 21 at College in Miami that's on the south side of the road. There was insufficient sidewalk up to break time. So it's going to fill those gaps and correct anything that's not ADA compliant along the route.
Yeah, so JD spoke correctly. We're filling in the gap between 65 and Miami now.
So it goes from, the sidewalk will go from
It
65.
will, once complete, be continuous.